To check that your tabroom.com account is properly set up prior to the national tournament, go to tabroom.com and click Login in the upper right-hand corner. When you've logged in, you should see your email address listed in the upper right. If you ever get lost on Tabroom or you're not sure where you should be, click on this email address in the upper right-hand corner and it will take you back to this home screen here. On the right side of the screen, you should see a header labeled Judging. Click Upcoming underneath that and you should see National Speech and Debate Tournament listed. If you do not see National Speech and Debate Tournament listed, reach out to the coach of the school you believe you are judging for immediately so that they can check that they have connected the correct Judge Tabroom account to their school's registration. Underneath the header here, you should see your name, the full dates of the national tournament, which are not necessarily the days that you are obligated to judge rounds, the school that you are registered to judge for, and your judge code, which you will need to remember during the tournament to identify yourself in competition rooms. On the right side here, you'll see a button called NSDA Diversity and Paradigm Forms. If you click that and you are a Lincoln Douglas or policy debate judge for nationals, you will see a paradigm card that asks you questions about your judging preferences. For everyone else, you will also see the number of days that you are obligated to judge rounds for, the pools that you've been entered into, and the ability to identify as a diversity enhancing judge by toggling this button here. You'll see your contact information, the ability to nominate yourself to judge late elimination rounds, and an optional diversity profile, which collects demographic information for us to use to provide an overall baseline of representation within our judging pool, but none of this will be made public. All of this information is optional except for the contact information, but of course we would appreciate it if you would fill it out for us. The next thing that you should look at in your tabroom.com account is your profile in the upper right next to your username. We do ask that every judge in the tournament double checks the information in their profile prior to the national tournament starting, because this is how we will contact you about important tournament updates and where you should be and when. What's important is over here on this right column here, this email address needs to be an email that you are constantly checking throughout the national tournament on the days that you are obligated to judge, because this is where we will email you what rounds you should be headed to, any schedule updates, any emergency procedures, or just important tournament updates in general. So make sure that this email address is one that you can access and that you plan to check regularly. Your phone number and your cell phone provider are also important because we will text you what rounds you should be headed to at what time as a reminder so you don't forget to be there when you should be there. Time zone affects the way that the round start time will be displayed on your ballots, so make sure that is correct. Pronouns are optional, and I encourage you to read the information at the bottom of the screen here that describes where pronouns will be made public to make sure that you are comfortable with that information being released. Pronouns will not appear publicly on tabroom.com or publicly to tournament staff, but they will be texted and emailed to participants of your rounds so that they are using the correct pronouns for you. So if you feel comfortable including that information, you can do so here. Finally, make sure that you are not clicking the no emails or text buttons because this will prevent us from contacting you from the tournament with important updates. If you've made any changes here, please click Save Changes.